Hey guys, welcome back to Stitchy Reese Pieces. I am Erica, the Stitchy one here at Stitchy Reese Pieces, and I am back with an update video for you. I wasn't actually going to do an update video quite yet, but I'm looking at this huge pile of stuff that I've been working on, and a gigantic finish, not cross stitch, but a different giant finish. And I just decided I better update everyone because otherwise, if I keep waiting, my update video will be way too long. So, I have so much to share with you guys today, and I'm really glad to have a moment to be able to film. Christmas is over, it's a new year, I cannot believe it's 2025. I hope that you had a good holiday with your family. We definitely had a relaxing, enjoyable holiday, and it was so nice. My husband, got to take 2 weeks off of work because he had some unused vacation time that he was going to lose by the end of the year. Excuse me, I'm not sick, but my allergies are acting up a bit. Anyway, so we had a lot of time to just hang out. We weren't doing homeschooling, so I was able to do a lot of different enjoyable stitching and crafting. So, yeah, I hope that you had fun crafting and stitching and doing things with your family and friends for the holidays too. So I know after my last WIP parade that I gained quite a few followers, so I'll do a quick introduction. If you have never been here before, my name is Erica. I have been crafting my whole life. I just picked up cross stitching not that long ago. I think it might have been in the fall of 2021. I had done it as a kid, my grandma had taught me, and then it had been years and years, and so I hadn't cross-stitched for a long time, but in 2021 we went camping and I took a cross-stitch, and from that point on it was like, I haven't put it down. So I've only really been cross-stitching for a couple years, but before that I've actually been sewing for years and years and years, and I have a couple Etsy shops. I sew, predominantly most of my clothes are made by me, and I have sewn bags and wallets for years on Etsy, and I crochet, and then October I taught myself to knit. I had wanted to knit for a long time, and in October I finally figured it out. So this channel will be mostly cross stitch, but there will be crochet, and there will be probably more knitting at the end. I'll try to do cross stitch in the beginning of my videos and like knitting, crochet, whatever at the end. I will, however, show you sewing stuff in the beginning. So anyways, that's kind of my crafty background. I am married. I live in North Carolina with my 2 sons. They're young. We homeschool, and we live on a little bit of acreage where we are trying to be more self-sufficient and grow our own food. So in the winter, I have a lot more time to sit and stitch and be crafty. In the spring coming up, I will start getting a lot busier as I try to start my plants and move out into the garden. I am a total beginner gardener. I've only done this a couple years, but we do have a pretty big garden for somebody who's still pretty new at this, so it takes me quite a bit of time. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. I'm glad you're here, and let's get started on what I've been working on. So now, I did not just sew this, but I'm not sure if I've shown this. I might have. But this is a Styla, wait, is it Styla? No, it's not. It's Dibby Club, a Dibby Club sweater that I had made, and it's got this like little kind of, I don't know what you call it. I can't think of words. As soon as I turn the camera on, I can't think of words. But anyways, it's got that cute little curved hemline, and it's really soft, like a sweater knit fabric. And so this is a sewn by me shirt. So I thought I would share that in case I have not before. So that is one thing. Another thing. Now I did have a comment by somebody that said, why do you show your bags? That's annoying to show your cross stitch. And I'm going to just address this real fast right now. There's lots of other channels. If you are not interested in all the things that I do and you just want to see cross stitch, please click off of me. You don't have to watch me. But if you are interested, I love fabric. I love fabric, I love sewing it, I love seeing it turn into something, and I've been a bag maker. Like I said, I made wallets and purses that I've sold all over the world for years and years and years. I have a lot of fabric, I love to buy fabric, I love to make stuff with it, and so I like to show you guys the bags that I've sewn. Yes, they are up in my Etsy shop. I am not making this video to sell things to people. I am just showing you what I have been making, what I enjoy making, and if you are in the need for a project bag, yes, they are in my Etsy shop. But I hope this does not annoy you. If it does, like I said, move on to somebody else, please. But I am going to show you the new bags that I just sewed because I had a lot of fun matching the fabrics and choosing them. And so we'll just show my project bag real fast, and then we're going to get into my cross-stitch WIPS. So here we go. This fun splotchy print I thought was pretty exciting, and it's paired with this like dark brown faux leather. This is the deluxe bag. Like I've said before, it has a big wide open top and like a half size, it goes down to about here, separate pocket. So the most of these are, actually I think all of them are what I'm going to show you is the deluxe bag. But anyways, there's that one that's fun, and this one, I know it's not the right season, but I fell in love with this fall fabric when I saw it, and I just thought it was so cute. And then that's the back. Now this one is more for the season, especially for those other fellow gardeners. I was looking for like garden fabric because I wanted a project bag for myself with garden fabric, but this one is also up in my shop. There's another fun spring one with like, I don't know if those are considered butterflies or moths, but those are cute. Little rabbits. I haven't had any garden pest rabbits yet, but we do have a lot of bugs. And hope so far my fence is keeping the rabbits out, but aren't they cute? This one definitely is another pretty butterfly pattern, and then there's a floral pattern. So I just, like I said, I love fabric so much, and I love seeing it made into things. I did also make 2 more knitting bags, so if you are a knitter or crocheter or, excuse me, my voice, I hope it's not going to cause me issues. Like I said, it's still like sunny and warm, pretty warm here. Well, it's going to get cold tonight, but like the allergies are still crazy here. Okay, so these are the knitting bags. This one is the size large, and this one is the medium. So this is good for like, well, if you did like socks where you had multiple skeins in different colors, or scarf or something like that. This is the large, which would be good for like a sweater. So this one's fun because it's got this like shimmery blue. And all the like knitting bags like this that I make have 2 slip pockets inside. And they're those cinch closed kind. But I just really loved this fabric pairing. So that's a large bag. And this little cute s'mores one. I might have to grab water in my throat until I got a tickle. This little s'mores one is the size medium. So, those were fun. So that's what I have been doing as far as sewing. Cross stitch, I have been doing a lot as well. I didn't realize I had so many projects to show you already. But let's start with my Luca S. Luca S. Dreaming of a White Christmas. That's just such a cute interior scene. My house has a lot of white because I can't do clutter. So, I mean, I have a lot of clutter still, but like my living room is predominantly white, even with 2 little boys. Anyways, I started in the middle. I've kind of got up here, and I worked more down in the fire today. So there's not a ton done on here, but I did work on it. And I was able to email them and get a PDF of this, and I was actually able, I had to do page by page individually, but I was able to get it into Pattern Keeper. So I can't, well, no, I can search for color, so it makes it way easier on these Luca S kits to search for color and just mark it off. So that is pretty exciting. So I just kind of worked in there. But now that I am able to do that, and I found that out just a couple months ago, makes these kits, the ones that are on paper, so much easier because I can put them in Pattern Keeper. So that's one of them I worked on. Sorry, there will be zippers and things. That's how I roll. Let's see. I'm trying to go fairly quickly because I know we're already 9 minutes in. Stitch Rovia. This one is Christmas Town. And I did put a little bit of work into this one. I started kind of up on the top, and I'm over in here. And I think I didn't do too much. I did like a tree and a little house. But that one's fun because of all the colors. This is on some kind of Lugana, I believe, from like Hobby Lobby or something, or just an even, maybe just an even weave. Must be 20, I think it's 28 count, and I'm just doing 2/2. But I filled in, I think, this little like greenhouse and did kind of this stuff over here. I don't pull this one out a lot, probably because it's a paper pattern, but I do like the bright colors and felt like working on it. Oh no, I got a thread stuck in my zipper. I'll worry about that later. Okay, another one I worked on a little bit, because we were still in kind of the Christmas time, was this Wombat Stitching Christmas Market. This one is on a fabric that I hand dyed myself, because I wanted kind of a gray, and it's darker than this, but I really like how it pops off. So I started in the middle, I've done this tree, and I've done this, and now I'm working over here just a little. Let's see. And there we go. I just love how it pops off. So I filled in all of this pretty much. Now looking at it, I think I should work on that today. But yeah, I really like how it comes off this fabric, and it's just like a, this one might be a 16 count, or maybe it shrunk a little when I washed it, because I don't know. I don't even know what size it is, but 16, 14 count, something like that. But that's a cute one. I really do want to work on that one now. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this one. Leanne at Small Town Stitches said she, for her, I think it was her temperature stitch, or she spun a wheel or something. I'm not exactly sure. But she was pulling out her God Shed His Grace pattern, and I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. I should work on mine. So I pulled mine out too. So I'm copying her. Mine is by Artisy. I think there's different companies that make it, and there's like a lot of people who are stitching it. But it's called God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter. If you are new here, Abraham Hunter is one of my favorites, and I have multiple of his patterns. I just absolutely love it. This one, I originally started in the middle. It was going over here. And I started this on 20 count, and I was doing it all full coverage. I do 10 stitch, because otherwise I'll never get done. So I do 10 stitch, but I was on 20 count, and in the beginning I thought I needed 4 strands, and so it's really thick, and I don't like it. So I've actually kind of switched. I've started in the middle with 4 strands, then I got bored of all this. There's a lot of confetti right here, so I decided to move up. I counted my way over and up, and I decided to go in the corner. So I really hope I counted correctly, because now I'm working in the corner going this way, and that's kind of where I work today. Well, not today, but recently. So you can see I started in the middle, and these were all like 4 strands, and it's pretty thick, and then I decided to go over here. So you can't, I don't know if you can tell from the video, you cannot tell in real life really at this point. But I decided to switch to just 2 strands and see what happened. Partly because I was working in the sky, and my thought is the sky is like further back, so if it's kind of faded-ish looking when I switch to 2 strands, if I leave the main part, maybe like, I don't know. I thought if I leave some of that 4 strands and then I switch to 2 and it's the background, maybe you won't be able to tell. So I'm testing it out. So far you cannot really tell, especially because it's like clouds and there's different grays in there anyway, so you really can't tell. But anyways, worked over here. This one's super wrinkly, and I'm gonna work my way back over to this spot. I may kind of jump back and forth between, there's less confetti up here, so like confetti and some clouds, I might do that for this one, but I don't know. That's where I was working for now. Let me not lose this needle, or one of my kids will step on it, or myself. Okay. Sorry. I just do not want to lose things here. Okay. Okay, what else? Really should have brought water with me. Every time I think I should. Okay, now let's do this one. Alright, so I'm working on stockings for my kids, and I decided to pull out this one for a little bit because my son said, you need to work on my stocking so I have it for next year. I'll probably never get this done in time for Christmas this year now, but we'll see. This is Dimensions Gold Holy Night. And it's just really pretty. This is for my older son. So I started in the middle, and I've gotten a lot of this cow, and I worked more on his dark section here and some of this blue. And this one's pretty slow going. This Ada is very stiff. It's hard. I don't know why it's harder for me than others, but my needle seems to not just want to flow for me on this one. So it is a bit more slow going, but I'm getting there. I filled in a decent chunk on the day or two that I worked on it. And when I say day or two, I do not stitch on something for very long. I get bored. So it's probably like half an hour to an hour, and then I switch to something else, and then I'll go back to that the next day for an hour or half an hour. Sometimes I'll stick with something for a lot longer, but other times I will jump between projects, and that's how I get to touch so many different things. And that's just how I like to do it. I've realized I'm probably a process stitcher. Oops, sorry if you can hear my garage. Might get loud as my family comes home. I usually film on Saturday mornings because I go and take the trash, and then I can just have a quiet house, but they're back now. Anyways, I think I'm a progress stitcher. Process. I think I'm more of a process stitcher. I like the process, but I do like the finished products also. And that's why, I choose the patterns, obviously, based on, the beautiful pictures I like. So I do want these things to be complete sometime. But I do have a lot of big projects that will probably never see the end. But we'll keep going. Okay, Blooming Tiny Town. This is a smaller project. This one, I don't think I even touched last year. I started on these buildings, and I just didn't really like the coloring a lot. And was just like, eh. But now I'm looking at it here and oh, it's so cute. And there's pink. So I pulled it out and was like, no, you're going to do this. You're going to finish this year, and you're going to work on it right now. So I said, okay, myself, I will. So I am working, I guess these were the two buildings. So now I started this way. And I've done this pink tree. And now that I have some pink on there, I actually think I like it more. So. Oh, and look, that's cute. I didn't notice the Valentine one. There is a summer one that I think is really cute too that I would love to do, but I don't have that one. Okay, so I worked over this direction. I don't know if this is Vintage Country Mocha. I'm not exactly sure what this fabric is. It is a 28 count, and I am doing it 2/2. But I worked on this tree, everything over here, because I think I had the house done. And I think I filled in a couple random stitches I was missing over here as well. But now that I've got that tree, I'm starting to like it a lot more. So, it comes with some little buttons. And I think, I don't want to show you the pattern, but it's got these little buttons. I think they go right down there under that tree. I think they're kind of in these pots. So that'll be fun to add soon. So I'm going to get this done. Hold me to it. I'm getting it done in 2025 because this shouldn't be that hard. Anyways, worked on that one. That was fun. I was proud of myself for pulling one out that I haven't pulled out for a while. Oh, and with that, that's not a Christmas pattern. So after Christmas hits, I tend to be like, no more Christmas. And even though it's winter, and it's mostly winter, in my mind, winter is up till Christmas, December and Christmas. And then my brain goes, okay, let's get ready for spring, time for spring. So at this point in January, I really like stitching spring stuff. Now I do still stitch Christmas all year round. I stitch any season, anytime. But I just see that I'm drawn to spring stuff in January when it's freezing. So that was a spring pattern. And this next one I worked on is also a spring pattern. This is Crochet to Go-Go Spring in the City. I pretty much have the middle portion almost done. I have a little bit left down in here. There's some flowers and fencing. But I finished this tree up here and finished a few random stitches that just needed to be done in there. This is on a 14 count, like ivory from Michael's or something. So it's going to be pretty big, but I've done the middle portion. There we go. Yeah. So I filled in the tree, the little wind chime, the bee, the flowers, some of the fencing, and the bird. I've got a lot of that done now. There's a little bit down there, and I think there might still be like a couple random stitches around in here that need to be done, but not a ton. I've started in the past this words, can't think of words, what do you call border, and I'm not sure I'm going to keep that because I started wondering, I saw somebody do like a crop of this, and I think she just did like the top, so you can see there's the border. I might pull that border out. I'm considering just not even doing the top. I'm just doing the bottom portion like that. I'm considering it. I don't know, because I'm having a hard time I'm having a hard time working on this and like motivating myself to do it, even though I really like it. I love the colors. I think it's because it's a paper pattern, and I don't know, I'm drawn to Pattern Keeper now. But when I was working on it, I wanted to keep working on it. So, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to go to the bottom half, to these fun buildings down here, because I do have other ones. I have like Fall and 4th of July, where I started at the top and I just have these houses. And I'm like, I want to get to the fun, different stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll go up there or not, but for now, when I pull this out next, I'm just going to finish this and work my way down. But really cute colors in this one. And I should work on that too, some more. Let's see. Okay, on with my kind of over Christmas theme. This is not spring, but I feel like it's more of a, I don't know, generic, like springy summer is kind of when I want to pull this out. So I haven't stitched on it for a while either, but it's Country Kitchen by Soda Stitch. And I did it in 3 separate parts. I have already finished and showed this one numerous times. I'm now over here, and I have done this, and I am working right in here. So I worked some on this pumpkin, and I started this bucket, and then I just filled in. I had random stitches that I had not gone to yet that I am filling in. There's still a few more. Where as I get a color that has some string left to it, I go up and fill in the spaces. But so far, that is this one. I love Soda Stitch for their colors because they just use really bright, vibrant colors. And this is on just the Michael's Ivory Ada as well, because those last two are some of my older WIPs when I didn't order online and just went to the store. But yeah, so it's like a 14 count, just ivory, and yeah, not a ton to say, but I like how Soda Stitch has kind of blocky, bright colors. And this pattern doesn't have too much backstitch. Some of their patterns have a lot of backstitch. This one just has a little bit. But I think it's super cute. So I was working on that one. I actually pulled that out last night. So we just did that one. And then along the spring line, sorry for the crinkle, it's going to be loud for a second. I really wanted to start a new like floral pattern. And I'm not a huge floral person, but like lately I've gotten into a couple florally patterns. And I wanted to start a new one, and I told myself, no, you have some, work on those. So I did. So this is called Singing Robins by Magic Needle. And it's a kit, so it's a paper pattern. This one, they have a lot of different colors on their pattern, and their lines overlap the colors, like their back stitching. So I find it a little tricky, but I pulled it out, and actually once I started working on it, I kind of got the groove, and then I wanted to keep going. But I started in the middle, and I kind of working my way right in here. So there's a little dark spot for a bee I started, but mostly we've got purple flowers and some pink flowers. So let's see, this one I still have like on my stand because I was working on it. But there we have it. This is the edge of a page because I started in the middle. So the pattern is on one giant page, and I usually make a photocopy and work from there. So I have like 4 separate pages of a photocopy I'm going off of. So I'm kind of just working up with what's on that one page. But this is on like a light blue Aida that the kit came with, and it's 14 count. So actually I did quite a bit on this one. I filled in, I think, all of this and majority of that. So I was having fun working on spring. So let me crinkle again for a second. Okay, now a needle. Where did that needle come from? This is what the problem is. I have no idea where that needle came from. Okay. This is why these videos are scary, because I just put stuff away. So where did I lose a needle? Ah! Alright. That, I think, is all the WIPS that I've had before. And then we get into classic Erica. I must start things. I just must. So we have some new starts here. And I got a nice gift card for Etsy. So I did buy a couple of patterns, and I have more in my cart for the rest of my gift card, and I keep going, just stop, you have enough, just wait. There'll be new ones you're going to want soon, but I'm like, so I might have more new patterns soon. But these are the couple that I bought. These Stitches So Beautiful was having a sale. And so I bought 3 patterns from them and 2 from somewhere else. Okay, so Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy. I bought this pattern called Here Comes Santa Claus by H. Hargrove. This is a much darker pattern than I usually choose, but I liked it. I liked the feeling. It feels like I'm there. This reminds me of an evening parade that we would go to in Waynesville, North Carolina, when we lived there. We went to the Christmas parade, and it was at night, and it's like a small town, and they have their general store, and it's a lot like this. And we live near a small town now, and the Christmas parade is in the daytime, but still it has this vibe. So that is why I bought this one, because it just reminds me of the Christmas parades, taking my kids. Anyways, I started up here. I think I'm going to chop off a little of this sky, because it's literally just straight one color, dark blue. So I chopped some of that, and I'm going down in here, and I've really only gotten a teeny bit of like black, so not a lot. But you can see kind of the roof line of that building. And like I said, all the full coverage, which is mostly what I've been starting, is 10 stitch. This is now on 25 count. I recently decided to try 25 count, and I really like it, so I'm using 2 strands over 1, 10 stitch on 25 count. So that's that one. Then this one didn't get very far. None of them did, because I started multiple, but that's okay. This one is called Christmas in Our Town by Joseph Holoduck, and it's also by Stitches So Beautiful. And there's so much in there, so that's why I got this one. I got this one because I thought it was cute, and I just loved that you go here and something would appear, and then stitching over here, something would appear. And I have a Christmas on the Farm, I think, by them also, and I also like that because of so much stuff, but this one has like even more. So I started up here, and I'm not really in much of anything yet. I'm in the sky and the white. Literally, it's like nothing, but I'll show you. So yeah, there's that. It'll be exciting as I get to more things, but that's just going to be a fun one. Again, 25 count, 2 over 1, no, yes, 2 over 1, 10 stitch. That goes for the rest of these. Okay, and the last one I got by Stitches So Beautiful is by Eder Jose Rosa, and it's called An Enchanted Place. And Leanne and I started this one not long ago, right after Christmas. I don't remember the exact day. She probably does. She probably does, because she writes it down and is all organized, and I just go, I'm going to start this, and I start it, and I have no idea when I start things. Okay, so we started this, and I started in the corner, and I thought about, so she's cropping at hers, I think. And I really like this guy, and I thought about cropping the house out and just doing the bottom, but then I was like, no, I like this. So I started over here because I'm just going to work until I get here. And if I want to keep going, I'll finish it. And if I want to crop it, I may crop off like part of that. But either way, I started up here, and this pattern is so fun because there's so many colors. Just so many colors. So I really like the blues and pinks and purples like that. It's just really fun. And there's a lot of colors, but it's not too much confetti so far. And Leanne has max colors. She said hers is really confetti heavy. But mine hasn't been bad so far, so that's been really fun. Let's see. Okay, two more. Then I'm done with the cross stitch stuff. So these, oh shoot, I printed the picture, but I don't actually have the shop information. I don't know what shop, I can't remember what shop these are from because I don't have my tablet thingy. And all I printed was the cover photo. So I don't remember. They were from a shop on Etsy. They had numerous ones that I really liked, but these are the two that I got to start with. This is like a nativity scene. I just thought it was so pretty and sweet, and I really liked it. So I started up here. It's kind of, there's a lot of actual confetti up there. So yeah, I'd like to move on and see the picture here soon, but I just barely started this one. So yeah, just some different browns and stuff in those ornaments. Not super far, but yeah, started that one. And then the other one that I got is this like Amsterdam type one, I guess. I think that's what they called it, maybe. I just really liked the blues and the summery vibe on this one. I just thought it was really pretty, and it was a little bit different than stuff I normally have. I did start this one, and I might restart it. So I had bought, I think it's 32 or 36 count easy grid in the past for a giant one, because I thought, well, this pattern's huge, I'll get this fabric so it won't be as huge. And I realized it's really hard to stitch on. But since I recently tried 25 count, I thought, well, maybe this isn't so hard now that I kind of have got the vibe and gotten into the groove of the bigger, like, or the 25 count. So I thought I'd try this one, since it would be a smaller pattern. I thought I'd try it on that smaller fabric again, but it's still pretty hard. So I might restart this since there's not really much on there. I might do it on the 25 count as well. But either way, all I did was start up in this blue sky. Yeah, there's a few hundred stitches in there, but I don't know. I can do it. And I was hoping it wouldn't be as hard this time, but I don't know. I'm probably going to have to restart that one. So anyways, those were my new patterns for this time. And all the stuff I've been working on, except for, well, for cross stitch. Now I did a little bit of knitting too. So if you were only here for cross stitch, thanks for joining me. You can click off. I'm going to talk about knitting projects. And I am going to do another video if I'm allowed to, if everybody's happy and content. I might have to make lunch first. But I have a box of patterns that have not been started. And I would like to do a video of things that I will start one day. Usually I start stuff right away. I get it and I start it, as you can see from this little stack I had here. But I do have some. I got a couple Christmas gifts of kits. Oh, so I have some kits and I have some freebie patterns. And I think it would be fun to just do a video of like some of the stuff I have not started yet. Because probably by the end of the year, it'll all be started. So I think I will do that. So if you're interested in that, come subscribe, come back, because I will have that video up probably after this one. But if you would like to see the few things that I have knitted on and my big finale that I have finished, then stick around because I have a couple things to show you. Alright. So I learned to knit by knitting socks in October, and I have since kept a sock going since then. So I made my son, he's already stained them, I made my son these green socks, and you can see one is a little bit shorter than the other because I did not look at my notes of how many rounds I did from here to the heel, and I made one. I just kept going, so one got longer than the other one, but that's okay. But I just used this fun yarn. This is from Knit Picks. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, and I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I realized it works pretty well for me. So I did finish a pair of socks for my son, and they're very soft, and he likes them. And then, because I finished a pair, I had to start a pair. So I started Knit Picks, Chroma. They had a sale. I'm realizing this is probably not my favorite yarn, but I got a whole bunch of it in different colors because it was major on sale. And I'm new, and I don't know what I'm doing, and cheaper yarn is better for me when I don't know what I'm doing. And I like it enough to make lots of socks with it, so I'm happy. But this one is Chroma Sea Anemone. And it's kind of got lots of fun colors. So I started this sock, and it's just a basic, like, vanilla sock, they call it. And I'm doing this on size 0 needles because I've realized I like that better. It's like a tighter weave for me. So that's kind of fun. I like to do simple ones like that where I can kind of do a row while I'm doing homeschool with my kids, or even on the treadmill I can do that. So that's fun. I also started a pattern. I think it's called the Muscle Burrow. I mean, that's how you pronounce it. It's a hat, like a basic beanie, but it's long. And if you're a knitter or you watch any knitting videos, I think this is like a very popular hat. But it's like double layered, so you shove one side inside and it's nice and warm. Anyways, I got some yarn from Joann's, and I thought I was buying sock yarn, and then I realized I was going to start socks, and I realized, oh no, this is 100% cotton, so it's not going to bounce back for socks very well. So then I was like, well, what am I going to do with this beautiful yarn? Look how fun that yarn is. And then I decided to try this hat. So I'm tempting this hat with this cotton yarn, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I hope it works. But look how fun. I really like just how fun that fabric is. And this reminds me, I have a hat I finished, and I didn't bring it up, so I'm going to have to pause this when I'm done and bring up my finish. So anyways, yeah, working on this hat with this cotton yarn, and that's fun. Okay, lots of fun. That's just what I do. I just have lots of fun. Okay, then I've also been working on Petite Knit Monday Sweater, which looks like that. And this is my first attempt at knitting a sweater. Obviously, I'm a brand new knitter. I think it's going okay. I hope it fits. We'll see. But it's got this, like, it's not full mohair because I didn't want to spend money on full mohair not knowing what I'm doing. So this is like a acrylic mohair from Hobie and some really soft something or other from Hobby Lobby. But I'm holding them together. And this is what we have so far. I'm pretty excited and impressed with myself. It's got, like, let's see, how do you show this? Okay, called raglan increases, I guess they say. Yeah, obviously it's on my needle, so I can't fully stretch it out. But I'm pretty excited, and I think it's working out pretty well. So I'm making a sweater. And then I also wanted to try a sweater with stranded color work. So I did a hat, and I've shown that, and I had a lot of fun. So then I was like, well, I'm going to make a sweater. And I might have shown you this already. I can't remember. So I can't remember if I have or not. So that's why I'm showing you. I don't know if this one's going to fit or how it's going to go, but I'm just having fun messing with it. It's the Doodle Sweater by Pacific Knit Co. So you can just, like, mix and match different doodles here. Actually, I think I have shown you this. My colors are totally different, and there's going to be different patterns in here, but I'm just using yarn that I had because I was just messing around trying to see if I could make it work. So, I don't know where the front and the back is, but it's like a top-down yoke. So, I've got this, and then these little snowmen. I think I'm going to go back in. I don't know. I might not. But she had like eyes and a nose on the snowman that I could go back in and do, but I kind of like them plain too, so I don't know. And then it's going to start a snowflake motif after that. But yeah, this yarn is really soft. It's Bambootiful from Hobby Lobby, I think. Super soft. I don't know, it's probably not the best for color work, but it's what I had, so I'm playing. Okay, I'm going to stop this for 1 second and go grab my finished hat because I really like my hat. And then I have a gigantic crochet finish for you, so I'll be right back. I'm back. Alright, so I also finished this hat. So I really like this like color work stuff in hats. I found that that's easy. I tried it in socks and I found that was not easy. I'm going to try again, but in the hats I feel like it works out pretty well. So I was pretty excited about my hat. And this was just with yarn that I had from Hobby Lobby. And it's Doodles from Pacific Knit Co. So this is like the Arctic Doodles. So there's like the cute moose and the polar bear and then just random pattern. So yeah, I finished that hat. And the insides I think are pretty good for somebody who's just learned to knit, but you carry the strands, and when I tried to do this with a sock, like I couldn't get it to stretch enough over my foot, so I need to work on that a little bit. But that was my hat, and the very grand finale, the last thing I have to show you is my son's blanket. I have finished. This is by Rosina something. It is a Mosaic crochet blanket, and it looks way harder than it is. I know a few of you have tried Mosaic crochet since I've told you about it, but if you haven't and you like crochet, definitely look up Mosaic crochet. It is way easier than it looks, but it looks amazing. So this is the blanket that I finished. Now I cannot back up far enough to show you the whole thing, but you can see I left the fringe. They do an envelope border on it, but I have left the fringe on the sides. In fact, I even just added a little bit more because I didn't want to do the border. But let's see, the top. This is what I finished. I finished the owls and the butterfly motif at the top. So there's the butterfly, the owls, and it has leaves. And then we have squirrels, acorns, and then hedgehogs with snails, and the very bottom is ladybugs. Whew! And that was all using Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is so warm and squishy, and my son loves it. So I am so glad to be done with that blanket. And I have started another for my other son. But, yeah. Whew. That was all the stuff I worked on. Thank you for joining me. I hope you like seeing all my stitching, crafty adventures. And I hope to film another video right after this, if I can, or soon, of all the projects that I have that I could work on and start one day. And all the kits that I have not started. So, if you're interested, subscribe and come back and see me. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye.